What's going on there, buddy? Thanks, Jazzy. That's awesome. I told y'all the Smart Coil Kit wasn't supposed to come in until Monday, but I woke up and it said it was out for delivery, and I was like, what? Okay. It jumped from you know L.A. Over in California all the way over to Virginia overnight. I don't know what they did, but it came in a really small envelope. And then it was inside a little Ziploc baggy deal that said it was made in China. The actual kit is very small. It will fit in the palm of your hand. It's that small. So it's still wrapped in plastic. I haven't even opened this thing yet. So we're going to do the first build attempt with this thing right here on camera and see how well it works. If it really does taste as good as the original, which I'm hoping it will. I think I have my juice down here. I do. Well, even if not, I got 3 more bottles sitting there because I'm going to be putting Heisenberg back in there. But we're going to go through, see what's inside this box. Airplanes are magical. I know, right? And see what all's in there and all that good stuff. I'm still drinking coffee, my bulletproof coffee. That's like breakfast for me. All right, let's go ahead to the build cam, and we're going to. I moved my camera now; it's further away, but I'm going to try and get this cellophane or whatever it is off of here. I think DeMillen ordered one of these, so this will be cool to see. Somebody she knows actually have one of these things, and see if I can build on it. Because if I can build on it, anybody can. I don't know, but It looks pretty easy to do, so we're gonna find out. So what do we have inside here? This is the actual build tool and everything inside this little packet here that's on top. Right below that you get your strips of cotton, and below that you have all your mesh right here inside this packet. Now this is what I want them to sell, is like packets of wow, Jazzy, you go ahead. I want them to sell like big packs of these mesh coils, because you can't really home make mesh coils, unfortunately. Let's open this up. We're going to figure out which one we want to use here. There's 6 of them in here. There's 2 of each kind. There's a turbo. Wait, what do we got here? You got the chill, the turbo, and then the extreme. So the extreme has the tightest coil on there, the turbo is the medium, and then the chill. If Grim can do it, anybody can. There you go. All right. It looks pretty easy. It looks pretty straightforward. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with it. I think the main thing about when you're wrapping these, that you keep the cotton really tight. I'm off camera. Let me move that down a little bit. I don't want to have to reach so far. So let's just pair these up here. These 2 obviously go together. Then we have, I believe these 2, wait, these 2 and these 2. So it's like this. This is the chill, and then the turbo, and then the extreme, from what I can tell. Or is this vice versa? I think it's this way. It's hard to tell. I need more light. Let me turn on this light. Yeah, okay, chill, turbo, extreme on the right, which, let me see if I can show y'all. This is the extreme, the pattern on the extreme, which is it's a pretty tight pattern on that one. And then the turbo is this pattern here. So like that, which isn't showing up very well. Sorry, I don't have them big high dollar cameras. And then the chill one has the biggest holes in it out of all of them. So that's that one. There we go. But see, the main thing, even if you have you can buy like rolls of mesh, but it's just a roll. It don't have these leads coming off of it. You can't really solder leads on there because the solder will get so hot it'll melt them. I mean, I don't know. There's some experimenting to be had, but I guess we're going to go with the middle variant. As far as making the coils, or making the coil. What did you miss? You didn't miss nothing. You're okay. I was just showing the different coils in there right now. I hadn't even opened up the kit yet, the actual build tool and all that good stuff and all the parts that come in there. We're going to keep one of these coils out. I'm going to put the other ones in here because my coil was just about to go bad that was in my PNP on my Drag Max anyway, which these will work on all the drag PNP type systems and also the GTX systems. So that's pretty cool. I like that it's versatile like that. You know, they made it where you can rebuild a coil where normally you would have to purchase coils. I mean, technically you're still purchasing these, but it's different. When you make it yourself, I don't know. There's something different about that. Let's see what's all in this box. Now this one, our package, this one's supposed to have all the good little gizmos in there. Oh, whoa, stay still now. Slow down. So, let's get all these O-rings over here. Here's your actual tool. Just a small piece of stainless steel. It's smaller than I thought it was going to be, for sure. Here's the actual coil itself. This top piece unscrews. That's where our coil is going to go down into, is this. It's just hollow for right now. There's an O-ring right there. Hello, Scott. Hopefully these threads aren't that bad. Oh, that screwed on pretty good. That's not bad. Down here, these are the actual 510 connector, or your positive pin, I should say, on the bottom. There's 2 of those. And you have some extra O-rings along with the top gasket that goes on in top of this thing right here. So you have this O-ring and this one here, extras. And then these 2 black ones here, these are your insulators. These go in the bottom, like right when you put this in the bottom, it goes in here, and then this connector goes in the center of that. Very, very simple, straightforward type deal. The main thing is getting this on the cotton correctly, and we're going to measure this stuff because we need to know, like say we want to cut our own cotton strips. The thickness is definitely going to be the problem. I mean, we obviously can cut the width to whatever we want. The thickness, I think, you know, Muji is going to be thicker than this. These pads feel, wow, this feels like a whole different type of cotton. This feels really thick. Let me see if we can try to get some measurements on this thing. So millimeter wise, as far as the length goes, we have right at, it's showing 49.5, but I mean 49, yeah, about 49.5 millimeters long by 8.5, this going this way. So 49.5 length and 8.5 the other way. The thickness, the denseness, it feels dense, Munchkin. I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like Muji cotton. This feels thick, almost like blue jean type material. I don't even know. So the thickness actually of it, I'm getting 1.4. I mean, that's just barely putting pressure on here. I don't want to, maybe 1.8, because that just barely, that's barely catching it now. Barely. So they may technically say it's 2 millimeters thick. You know, their measurements, it could be anything. So now we're going to build one of these things. Very simple, straightforward. You're going to take your coil and lay it in the center of here. Boom, just like that. This glare, let me turn the glare off. Maybe that'll help you guys. This tool is just going to lay down in the center here. You always want the big part of the tool away from your leads, pointing the opposite direction. And then I'm just going to roll this right around here like that and hold this tight. That's it. That's her done. Now let me see if I can unscrew this while I'm holding this. I should have unscrewed it first, but I did not. Now all we have to do is slide this up in, and there's a slit cut on the side of this. That's where your cotton's going to go. right there, that big slit. So you're just going to slide. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Let me go this way. And hopefully I can get this tight enough to where this fits through. There it goes. Oops, I slid the tool out. Wow, that was really simple. That was really simple. I gotta hand it to him there. So up here, I can't see, man. I need my goggles on. Now you're gonna have two leads sticking out. One of those is gonna be your positive. One of them is gonna be your negative. Let me put my goggles on so I can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these leads, and there's a little notch cut out on the side right here. I'm going to try and get it in focus for you guys. See that notch? So I'm just taking one of these leads and laying it down. The other lead is going to fold over, and you're going to take your, not fold over, you're going to slide your insulator over and pop that down into there. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that this lead's kind of far away from that one. You don't want it touching in any kind of way. It shouldn't anyway. I mean, you got an insulator in between there. Then you're going to take one of these 510 pins or positive pin, whatever you want to call it, and just slide that down into there like that. Boom. She is done. Besides, what are we breaking? We're breaking something, Chunk. We're going to break something. So now all we got to do is cut the leads off. So that should be really simple. And the cotton, obviously. So I'm going to take the positive. I'm going to cut it close right up here at the 510. It doesn't have to have anything sticking out. And the other one over here on the side, I'm going to cut it. And the cotton on the side, you can probably use your regular. I'm going to try and use my scissors. Boom. There we go. Once you get all that done, you can take this off. Now let's see how good this looks. I'm going to turn the light back on. That, I mean, that looks like a factory wrap coil there, guys. That looks damn good. I got to give it to Wotofo. That's one of the simplest rebuild kits I've ever seen. Now I haven't put the top back on here yet, but I'm going to leave the top off until I pre-soak my coil. You know, you want to get some juice in there, and it's easier to do it with the top off because you have access to everything. I mean, you can still get in the center, but I want to be able to get to these holes especially where some juice can get down in there. So I'm going to take my juice. This is blue, so it should show up really well. The main thing I'm interested in is how well is this going to vape? Is it going to taste like the factory coils, which from everything I've heard it does. I'm going to let this soak down in here. Then I'm going to put some inside. It's very important that this gets well saturated. You don't want a dry hit on your first hit, especially on mesh. Ooh, mesh and dry hits are not fun. So I got a pretty good amount of juice on there. We're going to take the top. Don't forget the top. Slide this down on here, and you're going to screw this back on if I can get it right. My keyboard is in the way. Just make sure that that's all the way in. You have to make sure that cotton's not sticking out. I think I'm catching just a little bit. Yeah, I was catching just a hair on that cotton, but that's okay. Screw this down, and I'm going to try and I'm leaving one of those in the open slot on purpose. And that's it, coil done. I really like the way that looks. I wonder how easy it is to take back apart. The taking apart should be very, very straightforward. When you're taking that apart, all you're going to do, there was a video somewhere, I think somebody, where they took it apart. You're just going to, man, my stupid screen is clicking off here. You're going to pop out this lead here, bend your lead over that was stuck. Then you can take that tool, after you unscrew this, obviously, and push the whole coil out. You're done. It's that simple. Now let's go, we're going to take my PNP coil that's in here now, which is a stock one. The stock one looks different. You can see it's got 3 little gashes on there, and I got juice all over the place, but that's another story. I'm popping that coil out. Boom. I'm going to take the new coil and slide it right down in there. That was about as simple as it gets right there. It's in there. So I'm going to fill this thing back up with juice. I'm trying to, because you're supposed to wait, 5-10 minutes for this thing to soak. So we're going to stall as long as possible. These bottles work really good for these type because it has that really small needle tip. So I can fill this thing way up. The bigger bottles don't work so well on these little PNP pods. Okay, that's full. Let's get it all wiped down and clean here. And I'm trying not to lose all my parts. What's up, Wally? So now I have everything in there. It's good to go. We're going to let's make sure the mod itself is clean. I'm going to take this PNP pod and snap it down on there, and we're good to try this thing out. As far as the ohms goes, it's ohming out at 0.21, which is perfect. I see my batteries are almost dead. I got plenty of batteries, so we're good shape. Let me take my goggles off, and we'll go back up top, and then I'm gonna change out my batteries, just to give this some time for the juice to soak in. Let's go back to the main cam here. Give it a couple of primer puffs. Let me take these batteries out, which can go on the charger right now, actually. Got my Dragon charger back there. Alright, let's take some of the skull ones that I've made previously and throw in here. They should be fully charged from yesterday. So we have, yep, fully charged now. So there we go. Now I'm going to take all these little parts and put them back in its case. I'm glad that it comes in a little plastic case so you won't lose all these parts. So I'm putting everything back in its case, including the mesh coils, any spare cotton that I had left over. The cotton, I got to admit, this is not like normal Muji cotton, guys. This is a thicker, denser cotton. I can't explain it. It's definitely different. So where's all my mesh coils? Okay, there's the mesh coils. This doesn't have anything in it anymore. I don't really need that one. The rest of this stuff is all going back in its little case. Closed up. Everything is in there. All the little parts, you can see them in there. That way I don't lose anything, because, if anybody can lose something, I can, because I'm a pro at losing stuff. Like, where did the top of this juice go? Okay, I found it. So there we go. Now the big question is, how's this going to vape? That's what I want to know. I still have liquor left over from last night, so that's good. The airflow feels exactly the same. There's no difference there. I do have my airflow turned down about halfway on this. Sometimes I go a little lower. I'm not vaping it yet. I'm just giving it some dry puffs to see if any bubbles come up, which means it still needs to wick some more, but I don't see anything. I did saturate that coil pretty good. That's why there was juice everywhere. I put juice all over in that thing. So the old coil, if you look down in there, is very dark. It was done. So it was time for a new coil. So I can't wait to try this one. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. Wow. Okay, first vape, I got a little bit of that cotton taste, but the flavor and everything is exactly the same. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I am completely happy with this kit, guys. This is going to be great. I want to be able to buy more mesh, though. I mean, obviously, your insulators and stuff are not really going to mess up unless you just screw them up. The tool's always going to work. You might run out of cotton and mesh. I think they should sell another kit that just comes with cotton and mesh, cotton and mesh, cotton and mesh. You don't really need more the actual coils unless you want to make multiples of those pods. Like I could take any one of these PNP pods that I have now and get another one of those kits, and I'd have another coil, and I could just rebuild them all, you know, and just keep going. Every time I order one, I get 6 more mesh coils. Or if you order the entire mod, what's up, Cloud Chucker? If you order the Manic mod kit, it comes with 6 coils plus the Smart Coil tool, which has another 6 coils. So you're getting 12 coils plus a mod out of it, and a whole different tank and a whole different type of way of vaping. It says it has adjustable airflow on the Manic, and people were complaining, saying that I don't think it has an airflow. From what I saw on the Manic, it is designed where you can turn your coil when you put it down in there to change your airflow. The coils themselves have slots on them, okay? And on each side of that pod, there's a black piece of plastic. So if you turn it to where the airflow is wide open, where you can see it, it's wide open. If you turn your coil and then put it in, it's going to turn some of that airflow off. I think that's where the adjustable airflow is, because on the side it's just a wide open honeycomb. But I think you can adjust the airflow on that Manic by turning your coil and installing it at a different angle. You know, whichever angle is what airflow you would get. Don't have one, so I can't confirm that 100%, but I think that's the way it works. This is great. Now we're vaping at 0.20 exactly. I like that ohm in here. If I do go to try to make my own coil to go in here, the thing I'm most worried about is the cotton they put in there is so much more dense. I know when DeMillan gets hers and she feels that cotton, she's gonna be like, "Whoa, this is some thick cotton." It's not thick. It's just a dense. It feels like a densely packed cotton. I don't know how else to explain it. That's what it feels like. It's not the same as your normal Muji or whatever cotton. It's not. Oh, Sourcemore has them? Thank you, Arnie. I will look that up because I definitely want to get into that. I mean, you saw, did that take even a minute to rebuild that thing? I don't think so. It was really quick. I saw a lot of people having trouble sliding the actual coil up into, you know, the actual. Okay, that was weird. My headphones just decided to turn off. I didn't touch anything. They just turned off. No dead battery sound, nothing. And they shouldn't be dead anyway. They charged long enough. What's up, Noel? Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, they were having trouble getting the actual wrapped cotton. All you have to do when you're going to slide that cotton down into the coil head is you have to make sure that you hold it really tightly, because if you don't, it's going to have some slack in it and it's going to be hard to slide that in there. I didn't really have any trouble. As long as I had my fingers right, it slid right on there. And then it was good to go. All I had to do was cut the leads and boom, 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 you're done. What's up, Frankenmeiser? Oh, every coil you use leak like hell. I every once in a while will get a drop or two on the bottom. Right now, this one I can show you. Um, there's nothing, man. There's no leaking happening. No leaky. If there's any on there, it's because it was already in there. This is not leaking at all. I tried to wipe this out too, but yeah, it's dry, man. So I don't have any problems with the leaking at all. I don't know what happened where you were getting the leaks from, unless a seal on the coil or something was bad. If there's a bad seal, like if it's got a crack in it or something, yeah, it'll leak like a sieve, man. It'll leak all over the place. So, I mean, maybe you just got a bad coil. That happens too. Not everything you get brand new is always guaranteed to be perfect. That's for sure. You're going to get some bad apples. It just happens, especially on a mass manufacturing line, the way they make this stuff. Yeah, you're going to get bad stuff. Mm. This vape's every bit as good as a store-bought coil, no question. It's I see the bubbles coming up. It's wicking correctly. There's no dry hit. Perfect vape for me. Went through about 5 packs. All of them leaked. Oh, wow. 5 packs of coils and they all leaked? Ooh, maybe the pod itself was bad. That could be possible. You know, you got to think of it like a milk container or something. I know I've said this a million times, but if there's any kind of leak to where air can get in there, it's going to drain in the easiest accessible spot for it to drain. It's like poking a hole in the bottom of a milk container. The milk doesn't really pour out, but if you open the top to let air in, it's going to pour out, which is the same way any one of these tanks or whatever we have work. So if there's a way for air to get down in there, it's going to pour out. So yeah, the pod itself could have been a defective one. You can buy just the pods, thank goodness. I mean, if you need more of the plastic, they sell those. I like the actual feel of the drip tip that's made into this. You can't change the drip tip, but I like the feel of it. It's set just right. Mine's a little dirty because I've been vaping it like crazy, but a Q-tip will fix that right up. It's got like some powder in the top up there, which, you know, you're going to get the... Oh, there's a Q-tip. Brand new one. Look at there. Just wipe that in there like that right there. Oh, yeah, look at all that. Looks like I've been smoking nicotine or something. That's dark. That's what came off of there. Now, now that drip tip is clean. This house is clean. Cheech, what are you doing up this early? What the heck? DeMillan, I think you're thoroughly going to enjoy this when you do see this video. I don't know. Maybe DeMillan's still asleep. You're on account number 9. I think you're going to thoroughly enjoy this. I think Munchkin's jelly box has finally made its way into the mail system, so maybe she will get hers soon. My jelly box is still working good. I still want to take the 510 off and silicone just around the edges, not the center, because obviously this thing gets its ground from the casing itself, so you can't make it to where it doesn't make contact at all. So I'm just going to silicone around to keep any juice from getting down inside this clear part that might make its way over to the chip. Oh, the jelly box. Oh, the glass is what's coming. That sucks. So the jelly box is not moving. I apologize. She's not getting the jelly box yet. She had to have the one that had the black the black clear, which you know, that's good anyway. That way we can keep them separate. But the other one, the clear one, was in stock, and the black one wasn't. And she looked all over trying to get the black one, and it's like, I mean, you could buy that Ultim looking one, but nobody wants that. I don't even know why they make that color anymore, really. Honestly, I don't know who really likes that. Got no problem building the fatality. I just wanted to come on. I don't want to make this video really long. I just wanted to come on, show this off. 30-minute video. You know, there we go. The coil building itself took no time. By Friday, I'm hoping to make my own coil to put in there. That's going to be a challenge. I may have to try some test examples before I do it live on stream, but if it can be done, I'm going to do it. I will do it. You'll see it here first. I'm going to make a coil that will work inside that without having to use the mesh coils. The main thing I worry about, like I said before, is the cotton. That cotton is made different than Muji cotton. I will have to figure out a way to pack my Muji cotton to where it's the same thickness but the same density. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lot of flooding issues, or I'm going to have some dry hits, and that would be bad. I don't want to use the cotton that comes with the kit, because then I'm defeating the purpose. I'd still have to buy their cotton. So it's kind of like, I want to be able to make it myself with the abundance of materials I got. So I'm going to bump off here, guys. We will catch you later on. I appreciate everybody showing up, and I will be on Friday for sure. So come back then, and we're going to try to build some kind of crazy coil in this PNP system. In the meantime, I'm going to be testing this all week to see how well this coil performs. Does it burn out quicker than the stock coils, or does it perform better? Right now, it's working great. I highly recommend, if y'all have one of these PNP coils, for the Drag X, Drag S, Drag Max, whatever drag device, or if you have one of the GTX devices, this is the way to go, man. It's the way to go. I will catch y'all guys later. Peace out.